ENZO FERNANDEZ has reportedly agreed to join Chelsea. That and more transfer news coming up. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. It's been about a month since I've said that. I honestly had every intention of making some content for the World Cup, but once I got back home to New York and I started spending some time with my family and just enjoying the games, I just really needed the break, and now I'm back ready to get back to making content for you guys, and that's my New Year's resolution. Honestly, I know I've been a bit on and off with it, but I really want to be super consistent, so we are starting 2 days early. We are starting today, and I have some crazy stories for you. The main part of this video is going to be talking all about ENZO FERNANDEZ, what we know so far, and why Chelsea are looking to spend so much money on him. And then I'm also going to be talking about two players whose contracts are running up in the summer, N'Golo Kante and Jorginho. So without further ado, let's get right into this video. So who is ENZO FERNANDEZ? Why do Chelsea want to sign him? He is one of the breakout stars of the World Cup for this Argentina side, just 21 years old, and really he changed the games for Argentina when he started playing for them. He was actually on the cusp of not making the team in the summer, but with his move to Benfica, he was included in the squad and he was one of the breakout names of the tournament. He won the Young Player of the Tournament award as well, and Chelsea really are looking to sign him for a couple of reasons. The first one is that he's comfortable breaking the lines as a deep playing midfielder, and he almost always looks to play the ball forward. His stats are actually insane. Compared to other midfielders, he's in the 99th percentile for passes attempted and progressive passes, and the 98th percentile for shot creating actions. So this could well be the solution to Chelsea's creativity problem that they've been having for the past couple of years. On top of that, he's also very nimble in possession and he makes really strong tackles. So if Chelsea are for whatever reason caught in possession and a team counters, he's going to be able to stop that and break it down. On top of that, Chelsea do have an aging midfield, which has been a problem for a couple of years now. N'Golo Kante and Jorginho are both 31 years old, and so they're looking to invest in young players, and ENZO FERNANDEZ meets that criteria at just 21 years old. So what is exactly in this contract? ENZO FERNANDEZ has a release clause with Benfica for 120 million euros. This means if Chelsea trigger it, they automatically get ENZO FERNANDEZ. The problem is, if Chelsea trigger that release clause, they probably have to pay a lump sum of the 120 million, which if for financial fair play might not really work out for them given how much they spent in the summer. So what Chelsea are trying to do is offer slightly above his release clause in the hopes that they can make the payments in a couple of different installments, thus paying off for them on the long term and giving Benfica a couple of extra million euros for the player. ENZO FERNANDEZ has reportedly already agreed personal terms with Chelsea per Fabrizio Romano. He said yes to Chelsea, and now it's reported that the two clubs are very close into agreeing a transfer for ENZO. FERNANDEZ is under contract until 2027, and Benfica are reportedly not willing to release him unless a club pays the release clause. So we'll see how Chelsea are able to get on, but it's my understanding that they want to try to get this deal done early now in the January window, since they do have rivals Liverpool and Manchester United, who also have ENZO FERNANDEZ on their radar for the summer as well. What do you guys make of this transfer? Let me know in the comments. Personally, I am pretty excited about it. I obviously love what I saw from him at the World Cup, but I'm also a little bit hesitant. Chelsea tend to make these big money signings and they haven't necessarily worked out in the past or lived up to expectations, and I think part of that is just the weight that comes with being an all-time transfer record for a club. You're just expected to perform and to play well, and we've seen that weigh on players. So I think it's a bit of a big bet. He's a young player, he's certainly talented, but he has been playing in the Portuguese league, not one of Europe's top 5 leagues necessarily. But I do think that Chelsea do have a gaping midfield battle, and they're going to make a big bet in order to try to sort that. So we'll see if it gets done. It's reportedly very, very close. Another positive story, if you're a N'Golo Kante fan, N'Golo Kante has made positive talks with Chelsea regarding a contract extension. If you weren't aware, N'Golo Kante's contract is up at the end of the season, meaning that he could leave on a free if something is not agreed. Now, the club and Kante had met in the summer in order to try to agree something. Chelsea offered him 2 years plus a potential option of another year, but reportedly N'Golo Kante wanted a longer term solution. So it's been said that progress has been made, and now it's looking more likely that N'Golo Kante is going to stay at Chelsea than leave for another club. He is open to talk to other clubs starting on January 1st, so I do think that Chelsea are trying to tie this up quite quickly. Personally, I think that it's good news for Chelsea. We've already seen that we can't rely on N'Golo Kante week in, week out. He's been injured since August in the Spurs game and hasn't played a minute of football since. All of those minutes are really racking up on him, and he's becoming more injury prone, but I do still think that he is an asset when fit, and if you can find the right terms for N'Golo Kante, I think he stays, and you also prevent somebody else from getting that asset. And just for the games that he's fit, he just makes an incredible difference in the team. The Spurs game was one of the best games that Chelsea played this season, and it's no surprise to me that that's because N'Golo Kante was on the pitch. So if we can pick and choose when we use him, kind of make sure that we're monitoring his fitness as well, making sure that we're using him appropriately. Personally, I think that it's a good move for the club. The other name, Jorginho, his contract also is up in the summer, and he's also entered into talks with Chelsea about a possible extension. His agent has been in the media yet again and basically said Chelsea's the priority, but they wouldn't be opposed to going back to Napoli, which is where his heart is, and eventually he does want to return to the Italian league. Apparently they're further off in their contract negotiations than Kante and Chelsea are, so we'll basically wait and see how that ends up. I feel like every year there's some sort of Jorginho contract saga. Is this going to be the year that he does leave Chelsea? Personally, I think one of N'Golo Kante or Jorginho leaves and the other stays, so for me it's just a matter of which one. That would be a big gap in leadership in the team and also penalties as well. But what do you guys make of this transfer news? Who do you want to stay? Chelsea seemingly going to have a pretty big transfer window. They've already spent about 80 to 100 million off the top of my head or so, bringing in Nkunku from RB Leipzig, as well as Andre Santos and David Datro Fofana. And I'll get into a whole nother video about us investing in a lot of youth players. So what do you make of this transfer roundup? Let me know in the comments. Who do you want to target? And if you have any more videos that you want to see, drop them in the comments. I read all of them. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day, evening, whatever time you're watching this. And until next time, I'm out. Bye!